Hello, hello, hello. Good evening and welcome to the Parenting Conference 2024. If you can hear me and you can see me loud and clear, kindly indicate in the comment. Let's know that we are here together. Good evening, mummies. Good evening, daddies. Good evening, dear parents. My name is Cynthia Ibuleze, also known as the Sex Conscious Parent. Welcome to the Parenting Conference 2024. It's a privilege to be with all of us here this evening with just one single goal: to raise wholesome children who are purpose-driven for today's generation. Hey mamas, before we dive in, hey papas, before we continue, I would love to hear what are your expectations for this conference? What are your expectations for this conference? What do you feel you can gain out of today's conference? So you can feel free to drop your comments. And again, if you are here alone, it is time for you to start sharing the link. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills, and everywhere that the Parenting Conference 2024 is live. And today we are highlighting one of our speakers. This barrister has been in the space of parenting for years, and this is the fifth time this parenting conference is holding. Whenever the parenting conference calls, barrister comes to our rescue. Barrister is known in the parenting fair as the doyen of child safety and protection. You don't want to miss the session. Go out there, send the links, tell your community members that we are live. Today, Barrister is going to be sharing powerful insights, speaking about no other person than one and only Barrister TAIWO AKINLAMI.
AKINLAMI is a social development legal practitioner and child advocacy expert. He is Africa's doyen of the field of child safeguarding and protection and family strengthening. He is the CEO of the Power Parenting Company, LLC, and Curator-in-Chief of SAFE for Children Information Bank. His groundbreaking work spans across Africa and North America, with a focus on securing friendly and protective environments for children. With over 25 years of experience and partnerships with organizations like UNICEF, British Council, and USAID, he has empowered millions of caregivers, PAT, and children worldwide. Internationally recognized, AKINLAMI's work has been showcased by Facebook and Google at the EMEA Child Safety Summit. His contributions have significantly influenced national laws and policies, including the Child Rights Act 2003 and the Safeguarding and Protection Policy of Lagos State. As a special court-appointed advocate for children in Ohio, USA, he continues to shape the future of child protection and family empowerment on a global scale. Welcome, TAIWO AKINLAMI.
Join me in welcoming our one and only, the doyen of child safety and protection, Barrister TAIWO AKINLAMI. Welcome, Barrister. Welcome to the Parenting Conference 2024. We are so glad to have you. We can't wait to glean from the world of knowledge again today. I've listened to Barrister over and over and over again. It's a pleasure, Barrister. Welcome to the Parenting Conference 2024.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir, for being here with us today. It is such a privilege. What a great honor to have you once again. Barrister has always been supportive of, whatever I do. I remember that he was at the first conference, and I need to tell you what happened that day. It was really a very stressful situation I was in at that time, and there was no network reception. Like, the location I was in church, but there was no service anywhere, and it's a very, very big place. So I had to go from one spot to the other. Barrister hung on. He was there. At the end of the day, you don't want to know where we had his session, but this man has been so supportive of the things that I do, and we see that he's really committed to anything that has to do with child safety. And I mean, when we're talking parenting, are we going to take away child safety? We can't. The two are married together, and I just want to take this opportunity to celebrate Barrister TAIWO AKINLAMI for doing this with us once again. Trust me, you're in for a great time. So I want you to sit back and get ready as we learn together. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for being our awesome moderator this evening. Thank you for your support. And I just want you to know that I really appreciate the fact that you are here doing this with me this evening. Okay, so let's have Barrister. Let's have Barrister. Okay, so I think yeah, was it because I was talking about network? Okay, I think Barrister's network has, you know, gotten him out of the studio. So yes, on this matter of parenting, um, we have gone this route for this conference because we're always talking about do this for the children. We need to skill up. We need to do this. We need to do that. Yes, I know that there are so many things we need to do as parents, but we also need to remember that for us to raise wholesome children, we also have to be wholesome as well. We have to thrive. We have to enjoy a measure of balance because as parents, we are role models. So if the balance is not seen, what are we really showing our children? What are we modeling to them? So that's why this conference is going this route this year. We're focusing on other areas. Manny is going to come up later talking about the mental load of moms. We're talking about your finance. We're talking about career. We even have scholarships. Scholarship slots for those who want to transition into tech, but that's for those that are coming on Saturday to the Oriental Hotel. So yeah, you are in for a great ride all through this conference. Barrister is here now. I'm just going to yield the floor to him so that he can do justice to the topic before us. Thank you so much, sir, once again. Good to have you here. Thank you so much, Cynthia.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, Madam Cynthia, for moderating this session. Thank you, Mrs. Oluwadare, for the great work that you are doing. I mean, you are doing a wonderful job. So I want to commend you for staying in there, for being a beacon of hope, a beacon of inspiration, for making it a point of duty to step out in faith to do all that God has called you to do. I just want to celebrate you. I just want to appreciate you. And I just want to say that the sky is not your limit. The glory of God is your limit, and the glory of God has no limit. So you just keep soaring and keep inspiring in Jesus' name. So having
Amen.
said that, thank you very much for having me. It's a privilege for me to be here.
Thank
So
you, sir.
my conversation is focused on safety online and offline in today's world. And just 2 weeks ago, was it 2 weeks ago or last week? I began to, ruminate on what it actually takes to be a parent in the 21st century. I began to think about what it actually takes to protect children offline and online. I began to think about some of the things we are used to and some of the things we have been told. And I began to question some of the things that I've also even said in the past, particularly when it comes to raising children and safety online and all of that. And it dawned on me that there is no better time to raise children than now. It dawned on me that there is no better time to provide safety for our children online than now. It dawned on me that it is not about a complex world. It's about the opportunities that exist in the complex world. It's not about the issue of safety, online or offline. It's about the benefits that exist in the world. You see, the world is going to continue to become complex. And we cannot, on the basis of the complexity of the world, define opportunities or lack of opportunities. We cannot, on the basis of the complexities of the world, define benefits or lack of benefits. We are going to have to define benefits and opportunities on the basis of what is available and what can be pursued. You know, the challenge today is that we are told there is a dangerous time to raise children. The fact today is that we are told that the internet has become a very, very serious, is a very dangerous platform, right? I said last month or 2 months ago, I said our children are in big, solid trouble because it's a difficult time to raise children. Now, but today I take that back. It's not so. We cannot define our world by the complexities and challenges. In the midst of these challenges and complexities, some people are becoming billionaires online billionaires. The biggest companies that are making difference in our world today are tech companies. The Google of this world, the Amazons of this world, the Twitters of this world, which is now X. The richest people in the world today, their businesses are online. How can we now say that it's a difficult time to raise children? It's a difficult time to be a parent? No. If we say that, we are defining these times by the difficulties. Those who win in the world say, bring it on, no matter what it takes. We are in this season. Complexities will increase. Like Mr. Lakuleshorian would say, what we come with, we come. It is who we are that makes the difference. And that is what I'm about to share with you today. I'm taking back the things that I've said in the past, in the sense that it's a difficult time to raise children. Children are in big, solid trouble because online has become dangerous. No, that is victim thinking. Victim thinking. Those who gain in this world, those who reign in this world, those who win in this world, don't define their lives by the difficulties they see, because difficulties will always be with us. They define by their lives by their commitment to surmount whatever difficulty they come across. That is what makes all the difference in this world. And that is the idea that I think we should pursue. That is the idea that I think makes sense. Because, you see, the world as it is today is complex. The more complex the world becomes, the more opportunity we have to shine. The more opportunity we have to make a difference. The more opportunity we have to show our children what stamina is, what grit is, G-R-I-T, what coping capacity means, what strategic thinking means, what forward thinking means, what strategic thinking means, what forward-looking thinking means. So we're in a world that has a lot of opportunities. And let me now also say, the reason why we talk about safety is because we're in pursuit of opportunities. The reason why we talk about safety is because we're in pursuit of benefits. So you talk about safety with your child in school. Your child goes to school to learn. That is in pursuit of opportunities. Then because the child goes to school to learn, to pursue the opportunities and the benefit of learning, then we need to talk about the safety of the child in the course of pursuing that opportunity. Our conversation cannot be on safety when we are not talking about the opportunity that took the child there. The first instance is that would the safety, concern for safety, be worth it if there's no opportunities that took the child to school? You took your child for recreation, a recreation center. You are concerned about the safety of the child. The child benefits a lot from playing. It is because there is a benefit that is accruable to the child by virtue of going to play. That is why we are now concerned about the safety of the child while the child is playing. We want to go out. We keep our children with a neighbor. Now, because there's a benefit, that neighbor is supposed to help us look after our children. because there's a benefit to be derived from the neighbor looking after our children. We are not concerned about the safety of the child while the child is experiencing the benefit. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So what I'm saying to you is that disabuse your mind. Come back from that place of fear and intimidation. Let us come out strong, committed to know that there is no better time to raise children than this 21st century. It is a good time to raise children. It's a powerful time to raise children. It's a time of a lot of opportunities. On Friday, on my channel, I'm doing a broadcast, 12 opportunities. 12 major opportunities for parents in the 21st century. If I go into that here, that is not my topic for today. But I'm going to be doing that expository. If I can't finish in 1 week, I do it in 2 weeks. 12 opportunities that parents can benefit from. It is a great time. It is a new dawn. Please let us win ourselves from victim mentality thinking, which I was 2 weeks ago. This idea that is tough. This idea that I'm afraid for my 3-year-old. This idea that we don't even know what is going on. This idea, no, that is victim thinking. Those who reign, those who rule, those who control things, don't think that way. The richest people in the world don't think that way. Those who raised Bill Gates, those who raised, wonderful people in this world, they do not think that way. They understand the challenge that is available. They understand the complexity. They understand that the more complex it is, the more opportunities. The more complex it is, the more benefit. The more complex it is, the more reward. The more complex it is, the more gain. The more complex it is, the more capacity inside of us to rise. And so we cannot, and for those who think that way, the way I used to think 2 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, those who think that way, they are going to be playing catch up. They cannot initiate. They are going to be waiting for what is going to happen. What is going to happen next? But those who go for the storm, those who do not count their life and reckon with their life according to the challenges they see, they are the ones who take opportunities. Futures are predictable. Why? Not because of the gift of prophecy. No, futures are not predictable just because of the ability to see the future. Future is predictable because of the ability to dream the future and create the future that we want. Future is predictable not as a gift of prophecy. No, the gift of prophecy is something. The greatest prophecy is the prophecy that is predicated on a dream. Then after we have seen the dream, we begin to work. That is why a vision is a picture of a preferable future. A vision is a picture of a preferable future. But what is a mission? A mission, a vision is in the future. What is a mission? A mission is now. And so I want to declare to you what I believe should be your mission when it comes to the safety of our children. I want to declare to you what I believe should be our mission in the 21st century when it comes to the safety of our children online and offline. Please, let me quickly say that it is important to note that safety in itself is not an independent variable. We need to understand that. Nobody gives in to a risk without benefit. Even Jesus, whom I follow, I'm told that for the joy set before him, he endured the cross, despising the shame. There was a joy before him. We are concerned about safety because there are opportunities. We are concerned because safety because our children will pursue opportunities. They will pursue benefits. In the process of pursuing the opportunities, in the process of pursuing the benefits, they will face challenges. In life, we pursue opportunities, we pursue benefits. In the process of pursuing the opportunities and benefits, there will be challenges. So bring on the challenges because we are looking for opportunities. Bring on the challenges because we are looking for benefits. Let all the pedophiles gather together somewhere They are too small to stop what we want to do. They are too small to stop our children from going online and being responsible digital citizens. Bring together all the people who want to defraud our children online. They are too small. They are too small because the opportunities online is so enormous, is so vast for us to deny our children from using that opportunity. Let all the pedophiles gather themselves together in a particular school and say this is now our headquarters. That is not going to stop us from getting the best of education from our children. Let all the pedophiles gather together and say now we are now running schools. All the schools in Nigeria, we are not the one in charge. All the schools in Africa, we are not the one in charge. That is not going to stop us from helping our children to receive the best of education, because the benefit of education, the opportunity online are too enormous for us to be scared away from because of safety issues. We need to get that very clear. We need to get that very clear. As a matter of fact, I think this is the first platform that I'm discussing these things. You know, I think I have a coaching class, and in my coaching class, you know, just last week, I began to tell them to say, these are my thoughts now. My thoughts are different now, you know, because I was speaking at the parenting conference, I think 2 Saturdays ago. I was still coming from the place of fear, what is happening, what fear and all of that. But I spoke to them about the need for content, the need for contact, the need for conduct, which I'm still going to discuss with you today. But I was addressing it from a perspective of things are tough. And so because of that, we need to create content. But why do we need to create content? We need to create content because we don't know what is going on. We need to create content because we need to create alternatives. And all of those things that I said in that conference are valid, very valid. But it is the context in which I was saying it that was not complete. The context in which I was saying it, I did not present before my audience the opportunities online. I did not present before my audience that why do we need to talk about online safety? Please, there is a place in Ojota if you live in Lagos. That place is refuse dump. The place is a place where they place refuse. Have you ever heard talking about safety in the refuse dump? Please, have you ever seen anybody talking about how to keep safe on the refuse dump? There's no benefit there. Everything on the refuse dump is useless. Nobody is talking about the security of the refuse dump. Because anybody who goes to that place to pick something is not called a thief, it's called a scavenger. A thief is not a scavenger. You have seen places, bush, nothing is happening there. Do you see anybody say safety around the bush? Because there's no opportunities there. It is because there is inherent opportunities. There is inherent benefits. That's why we talk about safety. It's because there is inherent benefit. I cannot overemphasize that. I want you to take your mind away from safety or child safeguarding and protection as an independent variable. It is not. It is because we have work to do. It is because there is something to be done online. It is because there is something to be done offline. That is why we need to be safe. The higher the benefit, the higher the risk. The higher the benefit, the higher the risk. The higher we want our children to go, the more we want our children to achieve, the higher the opportunity, the higher the risk. If you want your child to become a tech savvy, if you want our children to become tech savvy, we want our children to get into coding, we want our children to benefit from online, the risk is higher, right? The risk is higher than not wanting our children to go there. So, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, these are my recommendations. Number one is the fact that safety, online and offline, must answer to what we call systems. What do we mean by systems? System speak to coordinated approach to securing a friendly and protective environment for children. A systems approach speaks to coordinated approach. It is not wishes. If wishes were horses, beggars would ride. Because the world is complex, because there's a lot of opportunities and benefits, then to get to these opportunities and benefits, there's complexity. The complexity must not stop us from seeing the opportunities. Because once the complexity suffers from seeing the opportunities, we won't pursue the opportunities, we will focus on the complexities. Right? But we must see the opportunities. Our eyes must be on the opportunities. As our eyes are on the opportunities, we now sit down and count the costs. This is where we are going. We want to raise children that are internet savvy. You know, my twin brother's son gained admission to the university, and I was asking, what course did he want to read? And I was telling my twin brother, I said, look, any course that your son wants to read that is not tech-oriented does not have a future. Just forget it. I said, look, TAIWO AKINLAMI Academy is not a parenting company or a child safeguarding and protection company. No. TAIWO AKINLAMI Academy is a tech company who is doing parenting, who is doing child safeguarding and protection. That's how I told my people in the office to begin to see us now. We are a tech company. See, let me tell you something. There is a land grabbing going on. That land grabbing is happening online. Do you know how much people are making online from running a successful YouTube channel alone? Do you know how much? Which land do you want to buy in Nigeria or anywhere that appreciates like that? Do you know Mike Angel Comedy? Those guys have close to 10 million subscribers online. Do you know how much they are making? Emanuela, when she was as a child, built a house for her parents from the money they were making from their skits online. I don't see myself, whatever I told my people in the office, whatever we are doing right now that has no tech component is useless. We should stop it. Whatever they were doing now that cannot be driven by tech, that cannot be driven by digitalization is useless. Forget it. It's not worth pursuing. Tech is everything. Look at it now. Few years ago, the companies that were blue chip companies, the companies that ran the world were the oil and gas companies. They were the accounting firms. They were the management firms. But today, the biggest companies in the world are tech companies. During COVID, when the world was crashing, tech companies were making a kill. You have heard about Mr. Peter Obi, the presidential candidate of Labour Party, sharing his regret that when at a time he came to the US and he was offered on platter of gold shares in Zoom and he rejected it. He didn't buy it. That same Zoom that did not buy the shares during COVID, the share appreciated, spread. And he was saying to himself that he was in the US and the people in Zoom were begging him to buy their shares. What are we talking about? Online is the way to go. I'm here in the US speaking to you. Could that happen 20 years ago? Could that happen 15 years ago? If we want to broadcast this program live many years ago, we needed to go and pay Channels TV. We needed to go and pay NTA. They will bring one big, massive ditch like this. We'll have paid through our nose. But today, with data, today, with phone, today, with StreamYard, how much does StreamYard collect in a month? And with that, we're able to broadcast our program live. For you to be a filmmaker in those days, you needed to first go and, put your film together. Then you're going to be looking for where to show it. You're going to be looking for DSTV, cable TV to take you on. But today, all you need to do is to just register on YouTube. Then you begin to do your production. Then you begin to put it on YouTube. All you need is production money. Once you put it on YouTube, YouTube begins to pay you. As a matter of fact, YouTube now pays people to do movies. If they see that you are doing well, YouTube now pay you for content. Not content from advert alone. They pay you so that you can do movies. What are we talking about? Online is the way to go. We must think about the benefit. Until we understand the benefit, we are not going to begin to think about what it takes to protect our children right there, because our children must go there. Our children must go online. We are going to respect, what do they call it? Screen time, all of those things. Too much of anything is bad. But our children must get online. Our children must understand how it works. They must understand how it works. They must not only be thinking about Facebook, they must be thinking about creating their own app that will become the talk of the town. If that is the goal, because I need to pitch a vision for you, I need us to see what I'm talking about before I talk about what we need to do to protect our children, right? Because the opportunities are enormous. Now, I have a YouTube channel. Now, I did a lot of physical programs, And let me tell you something, that those physical programs, I wasn't grabbing land online. I just doing my physical program. Physical program. At some point, we recognize that, look, there's a land grabbing going on. The Omoniles don't even know what is going on. They can't get there. There's a land grabbing going on. There's a real estate going on. It's online. There's a guy who's a barber. The other time he interviewed Obama. He's a barber. He runs a barbering salon. How does a barbering salon get online? What does he do? He invites celebrities. He barbs for them. Then he films it. He puts it online. He has millions of followers on Instagram, millions of followers on YouTube. The last person he interviewed was Obama. The last one that I watched. There are medical doctors. They are supposed to be busy in their medical office, but they are online talking about what is happening in their hospital, how they are working with their patients. Of course, respecting the privacy of those parents and confidentiality. There are lawyers online talking about different things. Doing skits. There's this guy in Nigeria who is a medical doctor. What does he do? I don't remember his name now. What does he do? He comes around just to talk about giving you medical tips here and there. Today is a doctor, he's a celebrity doctor. Sharing content online. There's nothing that has not been taken online. That is the real world of the 21st century. And so when we understand that place as the real world of the 21st century, we know that our children must go there. So if they must go there, how do we secure their safety there? Our children must go to school. If they must go there, how do we secure their safety there? We are encouraged, energized by the opportunities that are available in all of these places, particularly online. We are encouraged. Look at a platform called Khan Academy. Khan Academy is an Indian man, started by an Indian man, who was teaching the cousin some things. And he was teaching the cousin some things. He was making small videos. They realized that the cousin was grabbing it. That is what has given birth to Khan Academy today. Khan Academy is the revenue run into millions of dollars. Getting sponsors from people like Facebook, Amazon, and different organizations. Khan Academy is a huge platform today, educational platform. Do you know that universities are moving online? I attended an exhibition. All that Aporoko doctor, yes. Universities are moving online. Now, I attended an exhibition where I met a university. They do not have any plan to open any physical university. Everything is online. and they are issuing degree. They are going to have alumni. They have everything. I hope you know that universities like Harvard, Oxbridge, and the rest of them, they are issuing certificates to people who never leave Nigeria, who never leave the shores of their country, and they get the same certificate that those who attend their universities will get. Online is the place to go. If it is the place to go, how do we secure our children? So I share with you those fundamental principles, and I round up. I speak to systems. Systems is the way to go. You can see the opportunity that is available. Let that encourage you to create system. Our children cannot be online and we are guessing. We are not sure they are safe. They have to go online. If they have to go online, if they have to be raised online, we have to raise them online. We have to get them to get used to online. We have to get them to get used to the opportunities online. We have to be drumming it to them. Everything they want to do, they want to read law, technology must be inside. They want to read medicine, they must think technology. How do I use technology to do medicine? Now, that is outside the fact that 800 million jobs are going to be lost to machine by the year 2030, because machines are already driverless cars. They're already pilotless planes. They're already doctors. There are already consulting rooms without doctors. ChatGPT is doing better than some lawyers. ChatGPT was made to write bar exam that some people write 9 times. New York bar, they write it 9 times, 10 times. ChatGPT passed it once. They fielded all of those questions to ChatGPT and ChatGPT answered. If you want to write an argument in a case, if you have the topmost version of ChatGPT, you can give ChatGPT the argument. It will present the argument for you, cite cases for you. That's where we are. And we are now going to be talking about how to, we are going to be talking about the fears of going online. When online is the place our children should be, they should go there and we should be buying their own land for them, small there. If you have a child that is bright, you can guide the child. The child can have a YouTube channel. You guide the child. You ensure that everything the child is putting there is under your supervision and all of that. That is the way we should be thinking. So if we must explore all of these opportunities in this world today, we must pay attention to system. That's where I'm going. You cannot not be sure of the destiny of our children online. We cannot just release them online. We must recognize that there's a system we need to put in place. A system is a coordinated approach, end-to-end coordinated approach. A system is a coordinated approach put in place to ensure a secure and friendly and protective environment for our children. A system has 3 major components or 4. 1, a system speaks to what is your goal or set of goals. The world is too diverse. The world is too dynamic today for us not to know what we are doing. In this world today, there are 2 types of people. You are either on the table or you are in the menu. If you're on the table, you are the movers, you are the shakers, you are the decision makers. You are the one determining how the world is thinking and where the world is going. If you are in the menu, you are the one being eaten. You are the product. So the world has become too big, too massive, too much opportunities for you to be a spectator. If you appear on the scene, you are either on the table or you are in the menu. Elon Musk is on the table. Mark Zuckerberg is on the table. Jeff Bezos is on the table. These guys are on the table. Larry Page and his people, they're on the table. They're on the table. Many of us are on the menu. They're on the menu. So we need to think about system. If you are not thinking system, you are in the menu. You must think system. System settles, number one, goal or set of goals. What is your goal or set of goals for your children going online and your commitment to protection? That's number one. Number two, who is responsible for what? System envisages what is your goal or set of goals, whether for protection online or protection offline. Number two, system recognizes who is responsible for what. Number three, what is the person responsible for? Number four, how is the person responsible? What is your goal or set of goals? You must set that out. Let me tell you something. Protection does not answer to rules and regulations. Somebody says, talk to us about to protect our children against predators. Protection does not answer to rules and regulations, ladies and gentlemen. Do not does not save any child. It doesn't save anybody. Do not. What you need to do is to create a system. And that system must answer 4 fundamental questions, as I've said. Goals or set of goals. What is your goal? What is your set of goals? What goals do you have? You must think ahead. We cannot think victim. We must think ahead. We must initiate. We must be ahead. What are your goals or set of goals? Number two, who is responsible for what? Number three, what is the person responsible for? Number four, how is the person responsible? Your system cannot be seen, but it must answer these 4 questions on paper. Now, upon answering these 4 questions, your system must now be codified into a policy. If you are a child-focused organization, and if you are a family, your system must be codified into a family constitution. So what is a policy or a family constitution? They are a statement of will. A statement of will predicated on the dominant value system of those who created it to govern their affairs. A family constitution and a policy, they are a statement of will. They are the things that we have written down as to how we are going to do stuff. They are predicated on our value system as people. A policy, a family constitution, they are statements of will predicated on our dominant value system as to the things that we want to do. So, for example, you have your system. Your system is codified into a policy. In your policy, you are clear about how much time your children can spend online. You are clear about the kind of platforms your children can go to. You are clear about the kind of friendship your children can build online. You are clear. All of those things are clearly stated. And they are in your family constitution. And they are in your policy. Now, that policy must not be broken down into processes. Now, what is the process? The process is to do. When we talk about to do, that is what we talk about. Who is responsible for what? To do. What are we going to do concerning this idea that our children will spend so time online? What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about our children making this type of friends online? What are we going to do? What kind of education are we going to give to our children? Vis-a-vis how to be a global citizen. Then, upon processes, they were going to have what we call training, so that this child safeguarding and protection can become a culture in the family, can become a culture that in our pursuit of opportunity, we are conscious of our safety, we are conscious of our protection. And the way it works is that we have in place a system codified into a policy, broken down into processes on which everybody is trained. We have in place a system codified into family constitution, broken down into processes on which everybody is trained. in the family. Our children understand what we represent, what we stand for. They understand the opportunities that are out there. They understand the need for them to pursue that opportunity. They understand that in the course of pursuing that opportunities, there are some people online who are predators. There are some people online who are fraudsters. There are some people online who want to indoctrinate them into terrorism. There are such people online who want to abuse them sexually. All of those people are online. They are online to truncate their commitment to explore the benefits and opportunities online. When our children understand that, when they know the opportunities that exist online, and they know that these guys are distractions to that opportunity, understanding of that alone will help them to know how to handle them. Now, depending on their age. So that is my conversation with you today. We must think system, because the opportunities online are too enormous for us to forgo. We must think system. System must be broken down into processes, must be codified into a policy or a family constitution. All of those two, or either of those two documents, state clearly is their statement of will predicated on our dominant value system of what we intend to do. So it is still value driven. It's not driven by rules. Rules without relationship will lead to rebellion. We don't sit down and be telling our children rules have never worked. It is not working. It will never work. Rules, let me repeat myself. Rules as engaging with people, rules in this life has never worked. It is not working. It will not work. The makers of the heaven and the earth gave human being rules, which is called 10 Commandments. It fell flat. It did not work. So now to evolve another thing. He said, now I will write my law in their heart. I will make my law for them a value-based agenda, a value-based thing, because this thou shalt not did not work. And he said, if the Old Testament has worked, if there has not found fault with the Old Testament, there won't be New Testament. It's because that experiment did not work of loading people with rules and regulations. They don't work. 10 ways, 15 ways, 16 ways, 17 ways. They do not work if they are not driven by value. Rules don't govern men. Human beings are too complex for you to be sharing rules with. As a matter of fact, the more rules you share, the more commitment they want to break. If there is no values, understanding behind the rules. So rules have never worked. I don't deal with rules. I don't deal with regulations. I deal with value. My rules, if I'm going to make rules at all, they are predicated on value. What you can do is what you can do. What you cannot do, you cannot do it, as Mr. Lacroix would say. So what you can do is what you can do. Let them pile up 200 rules. Let me come here and tell you 17 rules. You are not me, I'm not you. Some of the rules I'm working with are peculiar to me as a result of my experience. You determine your own rules according to your own values. You determine your own rules according to your organization, the value of the organization you are running. You know your children. You know the organization you work. It is tyrannical. It is unrealistic for me to come here now and be telling you 17 ways to stop children from being abused online. That's completely not going to work. But if I tell you about system, codified into a policy or family constitution, broken down into processes on which everybody is trained so that it becomes a culture. When it is a culture, it is our nature. When it is a culture, it is our nature. It is the way we do stuff. That is how things work. You look at what is working in your life. What is working in your life is not predicated on rules. It's predicated on values. Let me tell you very quickly. Why is it that you don't eat sand? You don't eat sand because you know that sand is not food. It's not because somebody tells you not to eat sand. As a matter of fact, nobody needs to. I'm raising a 3-year-old now. I don't need to tell him Terry, don't eat sand. He knows that sand is not food. Why can't I come to this program naked? It's because I know that I can't come in naked. Mrs. Oluwadari does not need to send me a message. Barrister Clary, please don't come naked though. The rules, if they're going to send me the rule of the program, they can tell me to light up my background. They can tell me to come on time, but they cannot, I can never see them say, Barrister Clary, please don't come naked. It's out of place. If I come naked, I've lost my mind. Then I should not be in a program, I should be in a psychiatrist's home. If I come naked. Be things that you work for you. Look at what works for you in life. They are not functions of rules. They are functions of values. Value is king. As a matter of fact, value is bigger than vision. Value is bigger than mission. Value is bigger than anything. Value is everything. That is who you are when nobody is watching. That is who you are when it is between you and your own God. That is who you are when you are not trying to impress anybody. That is who you are deep down. When the chips are down, that is who you are. That is your value. And it is that value that separates champions from losers. It is that value that separates winners from losers. It is that value that separates those who have peace and those who do not. Your values will determine your peace, will determine the kind of children you raise. And let me conclude this way. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't think there are special parenting skills that is above value. In linguistic programming, we are told it is the way you do one thing that you do everything. Who you are, you project it on your parenting efforts. Who you are, you project it on your finances. Who you are, you project it on your marriage. Who you are, you project it on your work. It is who you are that makes all the difference. And that is why I love the dimension in which this conference has gone to improve people. There are people coming to talk about finance to improve you. Because when you improve, your parenting will improve. That's the truth. Bringing people to talk about dealing with pressure. When you improve, your parenting will improve. When you improve, your financing will improve. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude by saying, God does not change your situation. Maybe you are the person who believes that God is... No, God does not change your situation. God changes you. You change your situation. That's how this life works. God does not change your situation. Except it is something that is humanly impossible. Man does not have a solution to it. But as long as we are talking about this word, God does not change your situation. Stop stressing God to change your situation. God changes you, you change your situation. Because he has told us, you produce after your kind. There's no shortcut to this life. There's no shortcut. In this life, it is the language, universal language is the language of value. Is the language of who you are, projecting who you are in everything that you do. So if I've disappointed you, I can tell you about 7 rules to prevent your children from being abused online. If they are protected from sexual abuse, what about other things? I'm talking about raising holistic children who know who they are, who know where they are going. They are too smart. The way you have raised them, they are too smart on the side of value that anybody who comes across them will know that they met somebody. They will know that they met somebody. They will know that they met a child. I hosted a group of children this morning. And when we finished with those children, I was in tears because those children made my day. They spoke. We did not give them a script. We just wanted them to speak. It's Children's Day, World Children's Day. And wanted them to speak from their heart. We didn't want to give them a script. We didn't tell them. We just told them, what do children want? And those children came and they made a difference. And they spoke. And as they spoke, I cried easily. And I was shedding tears to say, wow, these guys are too much. They are not doctor. We didn't doctor them. They were not reading from a script. They were sharing their mind, their heart with us in that program. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's go a step further. The step further is Online, offline, everything boils down to three things. Number one, it boils down to contents. 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 It's about contents. So there's something they call content creation. It's big, it's very big and very huge business. Content creation. Go online now, you will see. Every actress and almost every actor that you know in Nollywood now has a YouTube channel. Content creation. They are looking for content. 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 What effort are we making in the area of content? Content is massive. Content creation, very massive. The guy who fought Tyson, was it this week? Jake Paul, who fought Tyson. That guy is the most followed boxer in the world on social media. He has the biggest real estate. He has the biggest real estate social media. He has the biggest social media real estate in the boxing world. He's first a content provider before he's a boxer. He started out as a boxer, but he doesn't box every day. Nobody boxes every day. Nobody can survive. So he found another way. I can't box every day, but I can make content available every day. So go and check him out. Go and check out Jake Paul. Check him out on Instagram. Check him out on YouTube. He has huge followers. Massive follower. He keeps creating content. So there's content. So what are you doing in the area of content? Or are we just sitting down, waiting for those whose content we want to criticize to put it so that we can criticize? Number one thing is content. The second thing is contact. Let me tell you something. After people have created content, they now spend a lot of money on contacts because they want people to contact it, the content. So they spend money. They put adverts. You go on YouTube and you're trying to watch something. Somebody will just come. They paid for it. They want to roll before you 30 minutes, 15 minutes program. Inside the one you are trying to watch is already paid for. People spend massive money to push content because they know content created without contact is just winking in the dark. So it's not enough to create content. I'm not interested in your content that is not being seen. What is content? Content is critical. The best content don't win. It is the most seen content that wins. It's not the best content that wins, ladies and gentlemen. The best content don't win. There are many contents, very nice, very wonderful, but they're going to see the light of day because the people who bring the content are not spending money. They are not spending money. It may be money, it may be human resources, it may be connection to say about me walking in, to send it, to broadcast it, send it on you, send it on WhatsApp, send it to everybody. Say, please help us go and watch this thing. Content. So from content, we move to contacts. Let me tell you something. The result of content and contact is conduct. Those who want to affect the lives of our children, they spend money on contents. I hope you have seen Iwaju, a production of Disneyland with Nigerians. Production of Disneyland with Nigerians. I hope you know that one of the people who produced Iwaju is a son of one of the biggest bankers in Nigeria. But the boy has not gone the way of banking like his father. He has gone the way of digital, the way of contents. And they were doing their content small, until they got that invitation from Disney. Because Disney saw their work and Disney now invited them to come and do what they have done. The father is a traditional man. The father is a banker. But the boy has chosen another path because the boy is able to explore the opportunities online, ladies and gentlemen, from content. to contact, contact to conduct. Please, do you know where I see us worry? We worry in the area of contacts. No, we worry in the area of conduct. What our children are doing, the way they are doing, what they are doing. We worry about their contact. We worry about conduct. But you see, it's garbage in, garbage out. How come you worry about conduct when you are not paying attention to content and you're not paying attention to contact? If you're not paying attention to contact, if you're not paying attention to content, and you're not paying attention to contact, you lose your right to complain about conduct. That is it. And so when we understand these two fundamental principles, system, then we must understand the need for us to get into content. Not only create content, we must create contact. We must bring that content to and contact people with it. Is it because our children are going to behave according to the content that they contact? So I don't have problem with conduct. As they behold him like in a mirror, they are being transformed in the same image. That is what the book that I read says. Who you behold, you become. Jacob understood that many years ago when he had an agreement with Laban. What did he do? He created content. What is the content? He made a stick and create stripe around the stick and created contacts and put it in the river so that when those sheep were giving birth, they will be seeing it. As they were seeing it, conduct was being achieved. So at the end of the day, Jacob had more sheep of the type that his boss had decided to give to him. Is because he understood the principle that he should not sit somewhere and be laboring in fear, laboring in intimidation. He knew all he needed to do was to focus on content. He created content. He looked for the stick. After creating the content, he created contact. He left the rest, conduct, to which is the outcome of content and contact. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That's my conversation with you this evening.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow.
Let me start sounding like a siren. Wow.
So
I actually came into the session today expecting to write so many rules, just like a barrister said, to write down rules and regulation. But here I am. The world, as he said, has gone and is based on systems. To every malam, his kettle. So if you came on today to say, okay, I'm expecting barrister to give us 7 rules on how to stop child abuse online and offline, I'm sorry. If you fall your hand away, I'm so sorry. But the truth is, we need to create systems. We need to think systems as parents.
This is so
Can I be heard?
This is important. Wow, thank you so much, Barrister, for this very insightful session. There are so many, oh my God, so many takeaways for me. So many takeaways. Like my notepad is filled, and there are some things that I would love to highlight. Thank you so much, Cynthia. You know, this thing about systems, I really loved a lot of things that Barrister mentioned. And let me also mention that Barrister is one of the people that has trained me, you know, in this work that I do. So I can really relate. Now, what is your content as a parent? Barrister said something. He said, the result of content and contact is conduct. So we just need to understand that your content as a parent is programming your child, whether subliminally or intentionally. And we cannot depend on the curriculum of the world to raise our children. We cannot say, okay, we're sending them to school and that's going to be it. We're sending them to church, that's going to be it, or to their places of worship. What is your own content as a parent? What is your own values? What are you predicating the things that you want to see in your children on? Because at the end of the day, that is what is going to make the child stand the test of time. When your child goes out, other people's children go out. What will make one child outstanding is the values that has built that child. And so I love to fight for the children. When the parents say, oh, this child is misbehaving, this child is not doing this. No way. That child was programmed and built by a value system. And we need to go back to that value system. And that's what this conference is all about. We want to go back to the drawing table. We want to go back to look at the family unit to say, where are we getting it wrong? Because we cannot keep pointing at the children after 10 years of raising them, 12 years of raising them, they are 18, and we're saying, oh, I don't recognize this child anymore. So what happened to the child all these years? I am so excited. Like, I wrote out a lot of things, but one thing I want to buttress from what Barrister said is that your child's conduct is a result of the content and the contact. So we need to go back and create our own curriculum. Please, dear parents, don't wait to say, I've sent this child to school, the teacher is going to help me. No, no, no. We need to start the work from home. This is so important. Thank you so much, sir. Cynthia, please, over to you. I hope the network is not dealing with you anymore. Over to you, Cynthia.
Yeah, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yes,
I can hear you.
Okay. So, Barrister, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much. We have heard it, dear parents. You cannot hide your children from the online space because of predators. Create your content. What systems have you put in place? So nobody is going to give you those systems. They have given you the template, and it's up to you as a parent to build your own system that will govern your home, that will help secure these children both from online and on-site predators. So all these things is up to you. Gone are those days where we come with our pen and paper to take 50 rules of how to safeguard a child. Thank you so much, Barrister. I'm actually waiting for rules, but that idea has been shattered. That idea has been perished for life, right? So it's all about the systems that we put in place to bring our children up. Dear parents, we are inviting you today to always think value. Your systems should be value driven. If that's the only thing you are taking home today, I think is enough. The summary of everything today, your systems must be value driven. And the new oil well is online. So you cannot take your children from the online space because of the victim mentality, because of shielding them from the online predators. If they know their values, they will be able to distinguish those things that distract them from the online space. Thank you so very much, Barrister, for this very huge mindset shift. It's a great one for me. And I believe it's the same for the parents that are watching.
If I may say that again, when we talk about policies and system, you may need some guidance, right? And we from time to time, work with people who want to create family constitution, who want to create policies and all of that. So something you are interested in, you can talk to Ms. Oluwada. You can always make the connection. We spend 6 months in class, working with people to create system, to understand system, to create policies, and to create policies, and to create family constitution. And so if something you are interested in, please reach out to her. She can always make the connection. So thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much,
Barrister. Thank you.
So Barrister's contact at TAIWO AKINLAMI returns. We are going to put it on the we'll put it in the comment section. Please, like Barrister said, we have heard it's time to move to the phase of implementation. And there's something I love to tell parents. When we come up with those, we're not coming at you, we're not attacking, even though we're advocating for children, we're not attacking you, we're in this together. But you see, I love to also emphasize that whatever it is we share, apply to your own reality, which is what Barrister has said. Apply it to your own reality. Because, for instance, I might be a mom who's working from home, and I want to share my views with you, who is a parent who does a 9 to 5. Yes, the principles can be the same, but the approach will definitely be different because you need to apply whatever I'm saying to your own reality. So, you need to apply these values we've talked about and all of that to your own reality. Parenting is not a competition. We want to get things right, but at the same time, our children have different personalities. As parents as well, we have our own personalities. We're not saying, oh, I want to be the best parent, but I just want to be the best parent for my child. I'm not trying to be perfect. I want to be the best parent my child needs. So please let your values and how you implement those values in your family system, let it be done according to your own reality. And as Barrister said, yes, we do family constitution, for families. So if you are interested, just let me know. Barrister's contact is scrolling right now at TAIWO AKINLAMI Returns. Please go and follow him on Instagram. Trust me, when we're talking about child safety, this is the person you want to talk with. Thank you so much, sir, for being
And
with us.
before I do, if I may say, please, if you're in Lagos, join us on Saturday. If you're in Lagos, join us on Saturday. It's going to be huge. It's going to be massive. It's a conference like no other. And please note, if you are joining us here, invite more people for the next session. Let the people who are coming for the program increase. Don't keep these things to yourself. A lot of resources have been put together to put all of this program together. So we are beseeching you, by the mercies of God, share this video, share it, like it, make comment. As we finish now, share it to everybody on your platform. I just attended a conference I want you to be. Then tell them about the next one that is coming up. Become an evangelist for this message. Become an evangelist for conferences like this, particularly this particular conference is this instance, because this is the way, one conference after the other, one conference at a time, that we can change the trajectory and the story and ensure a great future and hope for our precious children. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you
Yes,
so
sir.
much, sir. Thank you, sir. Bye for now. Thank you. Oh, Cynthia, it's been such a great time. It's been such a great time. How do you feel? What's your temperature like, Cynthia? What's your temperature like? Can you hear me, Cynthia?
Yes, I can. I can.
Yeah, I said,
It's
what's
been
your
a
temperature
beautiful one.
after the session? How has it been for you?
Like I said earlier on, it's a huge mindset shift. I got a pen and a notebook to write about how I'm going to start teaching people on child safeguarding, all the rules. But Barrister has shifted all that. So it's not all about the rules anymore. It's about the systems. We need to start thinking system before we shift. All of us in this WhatsApp group that we are keeping our children. Oh, my child will not go online. Now you have seen reason why your child will go online. But before your child goes online, you need to put the systems on ground, value-driven system. So a child who knows that a predator is one that will distract them from what they are doing online has already won. So we don't need to start beating about the bush. Long and short of the story, create systems. I keep saying it. Family values. You cannot live without it. You can't live without it. And Barrister said that again today. Your family constitution and policies, very important. So run with it. Think system and let the system you are putting in place be value driven.
Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you. Thank you so much, our dear parents, for joining us. Thank you for engaging in the comment section. And thank you for inviting people. Like Barrister said, please let's do this again. For the next session, we'll be having Mandy talking to us about the mental load of moms. Please come back at 6 p.m., right? Come back at 6 p.m. for the next session. And please don't come alone. Let us spread this good news of positive parenting because really, we will go on and on complaining about how society is this or that. But the truth is, the quality of individuals we churn out from families are will be what determines the quality of the society we have. So let's do this together. This is a cause and a movement that everyone should be committed to. Thank you all so much for spending time with us. We'll see you again at 6 p.m. Bye for now.
Bye.